I analysed over 600 viral headlines and hooks from creators on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, from 10k followers all the way right to a million plus. And I found 11 formulas that work regardless of follower count. The same hooks that blew up small channels also worked for huge ones. But here's what shocked me. 70% of these viral videos only used like 3 of these formulas. And when creators combined 2 of these formulas into one, that's when things got insane. So I've extracted 11 of these formulas and the full 100 hooks. Put that in the description below. Completely free, no email sign up. You can literally copy and paste these for your own content. So these are the 11 core hook formulas. First one is the big number study / analysis. And so the main concept here is it's usually a number, a large number, like 1,000. Or what I really like is just like a very specific number. So 4,564 Instagram Reels. They probably didn't do that. Or maybe they did actually. Who knows? But what it is, it kind of says that you've really done the work, and so you're going to save your audience the work as well. And then it's sort of like what they learned. So the promise here is that you're going to give them some sort of secret that requires like a lot of upfront work. And so what I've done in my spreadsheet is sort of broken these down into formulas that you can just sort of copy paste. You can just add in whatever you need to do. So if I just show you, you see wherever the thing is, I've then got, so actually this shouldn't be 50, it should be number. So there you go, correcting that on the fly for you. You could basically just copy these and you just fill them in and just do as many as you can for whatever it is. So an example, I mean, I've kind of just shown you it anyway, but we've got the bottom here, number, years of brutally honest niche keyword advice in time amount. So number, let's say 102. 102 years of brutally honest niche keyword, fashion, beauty, medicine, chemistry, whatever, any keyword, advice in, then the time amount. 59 minutes, 60 seconds, whatever. And then what you have to do is to sort of deliver on that value within that time amount. Hormozy here does it fine, Nisha does it. This one in particular is tried and tested across the wide gamut of creators. It doesn't really matter what size you've got. This one right now is doing quite well. And quite a lot of these is the theme that runs through of why it'll work for you no matter the size is that, you know, you are your unique person. There's a little bit of like an undercurrent here. Yeah, you may have heard 13 years of brutally honest advice from Hormozy, which is great because he is who he is. But what about someone you've never really heard of? What if, like, let's say you're slightly older. You could be 50 years old, and so it's maybe 30 years of brutally honest business advice in 58 minutes. It just works just because you have your unique perspective, and it's somewhat just as valid as Hormozy's or as Nisha's. They've just got their context and whatever. So next, number 2 is the numbered list, and with a positive leaning to it. 10 makeup trends that will dominate in 2025. 10 fashion trends that will dominate in 2025. 10 photography trends that will dominate in 2025. That will dominate 2026. Whatever you want it to be. 12 makeup hacks that you need to know. 13 photography hacks that you need to know. 10 shopping hacks that you need to know. 70 self-care tips hot girls don't want you to know. And what I like about this one is that hot girls bit, that's sort of this one, well, I've quite like the 1% description. And these are people in your audience that maybe they sort of look up to or aspire to be. So let's go with photography again. 70 photography tips professionals don't want you to know. 18 pitching tips successful businesses don't want you to know. Successful agencies don't want you to know. 5 pricing frameworks creative agencies don't want you to know. Whatever. So here we've got Nikki Victoria using it with her 1.2 million followers, and then also Amanda Benko, 67,000 subscribers, who puts out really great quality stuff. I'm surprised she's got not a low number, but a much lower number. Amanda Benko stuff is really good. 3, the numbered list, negative / avoid. 10 makeup trends to avoid in 2025. You can use the emoji if you want or don't want to, it's fine. I don't think it adds any SEO. 10 business trends to avoid in 2025. 10 self-employment trends to avoid in 2026. 7 recruitment trends to avoid in 2026. 8 things you should never do after uploading a YouTube video. 15 things you should never do after a photo shoot, after backing up your photograph. Why 97% fail at business. 6 mistakes to avoid. With those numbers, I like to put in a kind of a very specific number. So this, if I was going to improve this would be why 97.4% fail at photography, 5 mistakes to avoid. That title is really good because it's saying that most people, and a very specific most people, fail at whatever the topic is, and then it's giving you more reasons to watch the video. If it wasn't enough that there's a very specific number of people that are failing, you've now also got 6 mistakes to avoid. Amanda Benko here, again, 10 makeup trends to avoid in 2025. Dave Jotama, 8 things you should never do after uploading a YouTube video. Both similar sort of amount of subscribers. These are videos that over-index for them. You know, Dave got 271,000, almost 4 times, 5 times his subscriber count. And I thought I'd just go through this one. This is the formula for one of them. It's a number, random number, whatever number. Things you should never do after, and then something your audience would do daily. Time-based transformation. Become a paid UGC creator in 30 days or less. You've seen this one a lot. Become a paid content creator in 14 days or less. Become a millionaire in 4 weeks or less. How to grow your YouTube channel from 0 subs in 4 weeks. What I like about this one is it's declaring it's definitely from completely nothing, from 0 subs in 4 weeks. A lot of people are looking for how to grow their YouTube channel, go from 0 to nothing, 0 to hero, very heavily trafficked search term, but you make it specific to your niche and it's just going to do numbers for you. How to grow your business from £0 to $1 million in 1 year. From 80k in debt to millionaire in 3 years, here's what I did. And this one's kind of like that personal story. Here's how a successful person did it in 3 years. I see a lot of these that are similar to this and they'll say they did it in like 6 months or 1 year, which is great for them, but I think it's also kind of unreasonable. How I would improve this one is making it something that is like reasonable. So I picked this one out because it was like 80k in debt to millionaire 3 years, which is still a great achievement. Most people will never do that. But what about if this is from 80k in debt to successful 6-figure business in 4 years, in 7 months, in 13 months? That little extra specificity just like makes it land, carries a lot more weight, makes it far more believable, far more interesting. And then here's what I did. You can be given that personal story. And if you're a nobody, the personal story doesn't really carry much weight. But I think with the way you're framing it, if you make it a bit more specific, a bit more like believable, it's going to balance itself out. It's going to work. And a very simple formula for this is how to, whatever the desirable outcome is, in set time. We've got here Jade on her version. I think Jade's got about 200k followers, maybe a bit more. And then Anthony Vicino, no idea how many followers he has, but I don't think it was a massive amount. 5, the if you pain point, watch this. So if you have less than 10 grand saved, please watch this video. If you have no clients, watch this video. If you're in 80 grand of debt, please watch this video. If you're feeling behind in life, watch this. If you're suffering with ADHD, watch this. If you're struggling to land clients, watch this. Watch this if you're tired of being broke. Watch this if you're tired of being unsuccessful. Watch this if you're tired of having debilitating eczema. Watch this if you're stuck growing your YouTube. Let me tell you this. Watch this if you're struggling with ADHD. Let me tell you this. If you're stuck growing your business, let me tell you this. Number 6, the contrarian/truth bomb. I love these. Everyone online telling you that you can become rich is lying. And this kind of goes against pretty much all these videos. If you've like been slightly concerned about how to like make a successful anything, you'll come across people online telling you that you can do it. And they're normally just, the whole thing is they're selling their dream. Everyone online telling you that you can become rich is lying. This is doing the almost exact opposite. So it really intrigues you for that reason. A little bit harder to manipulate this one, but it could be everyone online is telling you you can become a successful photographer. Everyone at work telling you to work harder is lying. You have to dig a little bit and find it. You're being scammed. Luxury makeup is a lie. Luxury clothing is a lie. Luxury anything is a lie. Works quite well with this one is you're being scammed, and then in the quote marks, putting some sort of trending item or viral topic in there and saying that it's a lie is a pretty good way to get attention. To buy chocolate is a lie. Social media lies exposed. Business lies exposed. Therapy lies exposed. Work routine lies exposed. 5 influencer lies that we've normalized. And this one is because it's coming from the influencer. They're kind of seen as a bit of an authority talking point at times. So if you can, you want to put, again, random number, and then someone who is of influence. So it could be, 5 1%er lies we've normalized. 5 billionaire lies we have normalized. 5 meditation lies we have normalized. 5 makeup lies we have normalized. Again, just dig a little bit, put in your keywords, see what you get out of it. This is why becoming rich will ruin your life. And I really like this one because you just swap out rich for a desirable outcome, like we've got at the bottom there. This is why becoming a business owner will ruin your life. This is why buying a Porsche will ruin your life. This is why living on a boat will ruin your life. It's something a bit controversial, a bit contrarian, very intriguing. The contrarian thing you want to just sprinkle in, maybe once a week at most. You don't want to be known for the negative keywords, negative hooks. 7. The gatekeeping/secrets. Fragrances worth gatekeeping. Camera lenses worth gatekeeping. Business advice worth gatekeeping. Things I want to gatekeep but won't. And this one can just work on its own. You kind of want to have an established audience first, so then it's a bit more intriguing of what you think of whatever your niche is. But instead of things, again, you can just substitute in your keyword. The fragrances I want to gatekeep but won't. The business strategy I want to gatekeep but won't. Accountant explains money-making habits keeping you poor. You kind of want to have some thought of authority. Accountant, scientist, videographer, photographer, banker, whatever you are, you explains, and then putting in the keyword there. Social media manager explains marketing tips, keeping you poor. 70 self-care tips, again, put in a very specific number. On the gloss, they got 3.5 million from French fragrances worth gatekeeping, worked quite well. And then I think Nisha clearly has done this one before, or did it first at least, but we've also got someone else who has used the same formula. And they're not necessarily copying each other, though he has used exactly the same title and pretty much the same thumbnail. So this is just to show you that everybody rips off everybody and there's pretty much nothing new under the sun, so don't worry about it. I mean, at the gloss here, we can see that they've used tags: Tom Bilyeu, Impact Theory, Motivation, Inspiration, Talk Show, Interview. These aren't even the right tags for their video, and it seems to have done well. So, number 8, the Ultimate Guide / Masterclass. That shouldn't be 2 words, but it is. How to build a personal brand full course. How to build a website full course. How to build an AI app full course. All these ones are going to be quite long videos as well. They kind of want to be, worth watching. So Caleb did a 6-hour video, 6.5-hour video. It seems to have done pretty well for him. He's got 70,000 subscribers, done 10x the subscriber views on his version. It was a great video as well. I sort of made a podcast out of it and listened to it. Master financial literacy in 54 minutes. Master personal branding in 16 minutes, whatever it is. Specific numbers again work really well. I like that. The ultimate guide to filming yourself for YouTube. The ultimate guide to vlogging for YouTube. The ultimate guide to creating content for TikTok. The ultimate guide to photographs for Instagram. And then we've got the ultimate everyday makeup tutorial, ultimate photography tutorial, ultimate TikTok vlogging tutorial, ultimate TikTok shopping tutorial. I think I've forgotten to swap out the keyword, the reference here, but that's fine. Again, they're all in the 100. You can go through, blah, blah, blah. Katie Steckley. This video was a bit of an outlier for her. She's got a lot more subscribers than some of her videos would make you believe. She's had like some million view hit ones, but she actually uses a lot of these formulas anyway. So I tried to find one that was a little bit more unique from her. Not a huge following, but a decent following for sure. The comparison / battle. A bit like the contrarian thing, but everybody wants to know comparisons. DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro versus the Osmo Action 4. Is it worth the upgrade? This is a very searchable thing. People are very curious about this kind of thing. You can do it with whatever kind of products are in your industry, or even topics or books or anything that people want to compare and might be buying for. Great opportunity for you to compare the items in the video, and then add in some affiliate links as well. Just try and cash in on it a bit. So Tamara Gabriel here, she's for me the queen of these comparing action cameras. I tried every Rode pocket blush and lip tint. I am shook. And then she got the face and the thumbnail to sort of ground that I am shook thing. But you can basically make the format of this is I tried every product name and I am, and then a reaction: shook, confused, scared, angry, whatever. Number 10, the harsh reality check. I'm 40, I wasted my life, do not make the same mistake. This one really caught my attention because I've seen a lot of people using this, and this guy is a great example. He's got 45,000 followers. This did over 10x what his subscribers are. So this one really picked up for him. I'm 40, I wasted my life. So immediately you're sort of like, well, you're 40, you're not wasting your life, you've still got loads of life to live. But he's also 40, and how has he wasted his life? Why? That's curiosity. Don't make the same mistake. What mistake? Now I'm curious. And then 40, yeah, 50, 60, all these work. I'm 80, I wasted my life. What? You're 80 and you've wasted your life? Christ, what is that? I need to look into it. But instead of the 40 thing, you can just make this an undesirable state or a pain point or a fear. I was an addict for 30 years. I wasted my life. Don't make the same mistake. I was addicted to computer games. I wasted my life. What are these things? Got to find out. Your procrastination has nothing to do with being lazy. The formula for this one is and then think about your audience, whatever their pain points, their fears are, undesirable states that they might be in. What is that? Your undesirable state has nothing to do with, and then how do they often feel? What are they scared about? What keeps them up at night? Your procrastination has nothing to do with being lazy. Your bad skin has nothing to do with your greasy hair. Your yellow teeth has nothing to do with brushing your teeth. Your poor health has nothing to do with your diet. Something like that might work quite well. A lot of people will be thinking their poor health would be related to the diet. If you've got a video saying it's not, that's going to be something they're interested in seeing. And there's a possibility there that you could be like validating feelings that people have been having. And people search that out sometimes. Sometimes they just want to be validated. This is why your fine, thin hair is flat. This is why your business is failing. This is why your photography isn't bringing in clients. This is why your landing page isn't converting. Your eye makeup is doing nothing. And so for this one, it's like you want to prey on something that they're quite confident in and now sell them it's doing nothing. Your website is doing nothing. Your profile page is doing nothing. Your videos are doing nothing. Fix it with this clever hack. Your small business is failing. Fix it with this clever hack. Your client outreach is failing. Fix it with this clever hack. Number 11, the system/method reveal. Success is hard until you build systems like this. Client outreach is hard until you build systems like this. Becoming a makeup artist is hard until you build a system like this. This new method is blowing up small channels. You can see here that Dan the Creator and Dave Geltimer have both used this. It's worked quite well for both of them. This new method is blowing up small channels. I quite like the idea of like, what if it's like this old method is blowing up small channels? This something method is destroying your health. This viral makeup method is ruining your skin. Cash envelope system for beginners. And this one needs to be a very specific keyword and ideally trending. So I didn't know what a cash envelope system is. It turns out it's a way of you pulling out all the money in your bank, putting it into certain letters and just budgeting that way. Long tail keyword for beginners. Beginner content is going to just over-index all day long. Most people are beginners. That you come across. Your audience are just beginners. I get really frustrated with photography channels that post the most basic photography tutorials, but they do really well, and you read the comments and people are like, oh my god, this saved my life, and you're like, what? I don't get it. But anyway, most people are beginners. You've got to come to terms with it. Trending niche keyword for beginners, and you can add in how to main interest keyword for beginners. And this way you're doing 3 different ways to hit the same sort of keyword/niche/topic. If you can make it fit in the title without it sort of like being too long, yeah, this is like an old school tactic. You kind of put in the different ways to say the same thing. Astral photography for beginners, how to take photos of the sky photography for beginners. All 3 of those will attract the same sort of audience. They're all going to be sort of talking about the same sort of thing. They're going to be searching that same sort of thing in different ways. If you can get that all in your title, that helps. But don't do this for everything. It's just for these beginner ones. You want to try and attract the audience by all the different ways that they could be looking for that beginner tutorial. Do this every time you get paid. Accountant payday routine. Again, this is coming in from that sort of authority position. You know, accountant's payday routine. If it's an accountant, they must know what they're talking about, surely, right? Do this every time you invoice a client. Videography payday routine. Photographer payday routine. Do this every time you come home drunk. What does someone who's sober call themselves? Like, I don't know. Do this every time you come home drunk. Alcoholic survivor routine. I don't know. Whatever. Explore it. Find out. Put your authority in there somewhere at the end. Have a little play with it. Good luck. That is it. So the link is in the description below, but if you want to, you can go to chrispaulse.co.uk/100-titles and it will link you to the Google Sheet. You want to go to File and make a copy. Don't request to edit. That doesn't do anything, doesn't help anybody. Hope that helps. Go wild with it. Enjoy the titles. I'd love to know if they work out for you and the successes you have, because I know they're going to work. Giving you 100 titles now, so you've got no excuse. Just go out there and create. I've done the hard work for you. There's lots to talk about, you know, in terms of, you know, now thumbnails and how to actually do the video. We'll do that another day. But for now, here is another video that YouTube recommends for you and thinks you will like and that will be helpful. Catch you in the next one.